What if one day, without any warning, the sun just vanished? A thought so chilling it sends shivers down our spines. The sun is not just a giant ball of gas. It is the lifeblood of our solar system. It warms our planet, fuels photosynthesis, and creates the cycles that sustain life. But what would happen if it suddenly disappeared? To begin, let's imagine the initial moment of the sun's disappearance. The first thing we would notice is darkness. The sun's light takes about 8 minutes to reach Earth, so we would continue to bask in its glow for those precious 8 minutes after it vanished. But once that time was up, the world would plunge into an eerie twilight. Daytime would turn into night, and the stark realization that our star is gone would begin to sink in. Earth orbits the sun at a staggering speed of about 67,000 miles per hour. This gravitational relationship is pivotal. The sun's immense mass keeps our planet in orbit. Without the sun, that gravitational pull would cease to exist. Earth would no longer follow its elliptical path. Instead, it would drift off into the cold, dark void of space, like a rogue planet. Now, let's ponder the immediate effects of this cosmic event. As darkness envelops the Earth, temperatures would begin to drop. Within just a few days, the average global temperature would plummet below freezing. The atmosphere, which relies on solar warmth, would soon start to cool down drastically, leading to a rapid decline in temperatures. As the days turn into weeks, the scenario would become even grimmer. The surface of the planet would turn into a frozen wasteland, where the only surviving life forms would be those that thrive in extreme conditions. We would witness an exodus of life as ecosystems collapse and the food chain begins to break down. Photosynthesis would cease almost immediately. Without sunlight, plants would die off, leading to a catastrophic collapse of food sources for herbivores, which in turn would lead to the extinction of carnivores. But let's not forget about the oceans. The vast bodies of water would start to freeze over. The surface layers would form ice, but the deeper waters, insulated by this ice, could potentially remain in liquid form for a longer time. However, without warmth from the sun, marine life would face extinction, and it's conceivable that the ocean could become a frozen desert. As the sun's light fades away, the world would also lose its vibrant colors. The lush greens of forests, the bright colors of flowers, and the deep blue of the oceans would fade into shades of gray and white. The sun is responsible for the very essence of life and beauty on Earth. Its absence would strip away the vibrancy of our planet, leaving behind a desolate landscape. Now, let's consider the psychological impact. Humanity thrives on light. It impacts our mood and our general well-being. The sudden darkness would bring about widespread panic and despair. Communities would band together in the face of adversity, but the long-term outlook would seem grim. Governments might attempt to implement emergency measures to sustain human life, but the realities of survival in a world without the sun would be daunting. Cities would become uninhabitable as power grids fail. Without the sun to provide energy, solar panels would become useless. Fossil fuel resources could be utilized for a time, but they are finite. As food supplies dwindle and temperatures drop further, society would descend into chaos. In this dark new world, humanity might turn to artificial means of light. Generators and candles would become the norm, but they would offer little comfort in the grand scheme of things. The psychological toll of living in perpetual darkness would be profound. Let's explore the possibility of human adaptation. Could we develop technology to sustain life in such dire conditions? Perhaps underground cities could be constructed, insulated from the frigid climate above. These subterranean habitats could utilize geothermal energy or even nuclear power as a means of survival. However, even with advanced technology, the challenges would be immense. Water sources would need to be carefully managed, and food production would shift to controlled environments. Hydroponics and aquaponics might offer solutions, but the scale of production required to sustain a global population would be staggering. As we ponder these bleak scenarios, we must also consider the long-term fate of our planet. Without the sun, the Earth would eventually become a frozen, lifeless rock, drifting through the cosmos. In the absence of sunlight, the Earth's atmosphere would gradually escape into space. The protective magnetic field that shields us from cosmic radiation relies on the planet's core, but that too would be threatened in a sunless future. Yet even in this darkness, there lies a hint of mystery. What about our neighboring planets? Mars, with its thin atmosphere and cold climate, might become slightly more hospitable with the absence of solar radiation. Could it become a new home for humanity? Or would the challenges of surviving on another planet simply be too great? Now, let's take a moment to reflect on the broader implications of such a cosmic event. The disappearance of the sun would not only affect Earth, but would send shockwaves through the entire solar system. The orbits of the other planets would be disrupted, leading to a chaotic dance of celestial bodies. Moons would drift away from their parent planets, and asteroids could be flung into new trajectories. The very fabric of our solar system relies on the sun's immense gravitational pull. Removing it would create a cascading effect, altering the paths of planets, asteroids, and comets. The entire dynamics of our solar neighborhood would shift, creating a chaotic environment that could lead to collisions and gravitational disturbances. But what about the stars beyond our solar system? In the vast expanse of the universe, other suns would continue to shine brightly, illuminating the night sky. The cosmos would carry on, indifferent to the loss of our local star. This raises profound questions about our place in the universe. If our sun could simply disappear, what does that say about the stability of other stars? Reflecting on humanity's quest for knowledge, we are reminded of our own vulnerability. We have explored the moon, sent probes to distant planets, and even mapped the stars. But in the grand scheme of the universe, we are but a fleeting moment, a brief flicker in time. The disappearance of the sun would serve as a humbling reminder of our fragility and the tenuous nature of our existence. As we draw closer to the end of this exploration, let's consider the underlying message. The universe is filled with mysteries, and our understanding of it is still limited. The disappearance of the sun might seem like a hypothetical scenario, but it invites us to reflect on the importance of our star and the delicate balance that sustains life on Earth. In conclusion, the thought of a sunless Earth is a stark reminder of our dependence on the cosmos. It encourages us to cherish the sun that rises every day, providing warmth, light, and life. Our exploration of the universe must continue, driven by curiosity and a desire to understand the forces that shape our existence. What happens next in our quest to uncover the mysteries of space? Stay tuned for more as we venture deeper into the cosmos. Don't miss out. Subscribe now and join us on this exhilarating journey through the universe's greatest wonders.